Well, those mail order pharmacies may be the only way some people can afford their prescription medications as the price of drugs seem to climb higher and higher. So why do brand name drugs cost so much? And can anything be done about it? Meg Terrell gets some answers.
When it was approved in 2001, Gleevec changed the face of chronic myeloid leukemia. That cancer drug and others that followed enabled patients to live almost normal lifespans. Its price, about $30,000 a year. A decade later, Gleevec's price had tripled to $92,000. That escalation is part of a broader trend in the pharmaceutical industry, and everyone from doctors to patients to health insurers and Congress is taking notice.
Access really is a problem for a lot of patients in relation to these very costly medicines. We sometimes think, well, people have insurance and under Obamacare there's a lot more coverage. But what that doesn't take into account is that very often there is a very big copayment that the patient has to come up with that is often many hundreds or thousands of dollars.
Some doctors have started to think about price when prescribing medicines. In 2012, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center refused to prescribe the drug Zoltrap because it didn't work any better than an older medicine but cost twice as much. Last year, a group of more than 100 physicians called for lower prices on some leukemia drugs, including Gleevec. But the controversy goes beyond cancer. In March, a congressional committee asked drug maker Gilead to explain the price of its new hepatitis C drug Sovaldi. It costs $84,000 for a 12-week course of treatment, or about $1,000 a day. Supporters point out it's a cure for hepatitis C, and its use could save the healthcare system money over the long term.
Some of the price tags that these companies have put on drugs just appear high to folks. And it's very difficult for somebody that's not a trained pharmacoeconomist to explain why a drug that perhaps costs $50,000 a year is actually cheap for society.
Researchers say there needs to be a balance between reining in drug prices and encouraging pharma companies to spend money on risky science. The drug industry says it costs more than $1 billion and takes at least a decade on average to develop a medicine. And the failure rate is high. For every one Gleevec, there are thousands of potential drugs that never make it to market. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Meg Terrell.